Just how are you doing? It's a girl, Owamie, aka Miss Via for collaborating back for or entertainment. If it's the first time tuning in, most definitely welcome. Please do make sure that I subscribe and say hit the bell. I absolutely love it. And do not forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. It's at boldly Owamie. Now, managers, if you want to start a podcast or you want to use a studio, anything videography, please do contact us. Mpande Studios is here for you, and we will make sure that we give you the best services. Okay, if there's one thing about us that you cannot deny, the qualities. Okay, we are the quality masters, so make sure that you contact us. But anyway, just let's go ahead and talk about this chende that I actually saw. And when I tell you guys that I had about 3 ninjas actually sent me this, I was like, you guys are so I was like, girl, let's talk about this. But anyway, today we are going to talk about Leeroy Sidambe and his beautiful wife, who is Mary Jane Sidambe, and their beautiful daughter. And I think what her name is Zinhle. So I'm not sure. I do stand to be corrected. I'm sorry if obviously that is going that is not her name. It's either Zinhle or Zinhle. Like, I'm looking at this. The post that I actually saw, behind. So I think it's Zinhle. But anyway, it does seem like maybe she is in metric, and this should be her MD celebration. I think, photo shoot. Her dress is absolutely stunning. Like, when I tell you guys that it is absolutely stunning, it is absolutely beautiful. Her hair looks absolutely gorgeous. She looks like such a grown-up. Like, she looks like such a big girl. So beautiful. Just like her mom, who is standing right next to her and literally looks like her sister. One thing about Mary Jane Sidambe, you are not going to play with her when it comes to beauty. Okay? This woman is so beautiful. She is so gorgeous. Like, when I tell you guys that her body is tea and it looks natural. It looks natural. It doesn't look like there's any BBL on site over there. Like, she is just so beautiful. She is so beautiful. She takes great care of herself. And I don't want to, like, if you look at a woman like Mary Jane Sidambe and then you look at Leeroy Sidambe, right? And the fact that this man has, or rather the allegations that this man has cheated on her, I think this would just be proof of the fact that, if your man cheats on you and he talks about, well, it's because you don't take care of yourself. It's because they're lying to you. It's never ever you. It's never ever your fault. It has absolutely nothing to do with you, but the fact that your partner is a dog. He can't keep it in his pants. Like, that's the only reason that is there. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with what you actually do. Because what on earth do you mean that you would actually cheat on a woman that looks this beautiful? Okay. Now, obviously, I'm super happy for them, and I'm sure that there's a video that I'm gonna be actually playing here right now for you guys to see. As you can see, MD, which I think it is metric dance. That's usually, like, the abbreviation for that. And it's so beautiful. Now, this is on Leeroy Sidambe's stories, and as you can see, he's photographing Mary Jane Sidambe and his daughter, after that, as you can see, another story there. That's a beautiful happy family. And I was just sitting here and I was like, if we are not really, there might be a possibility that when it comes to these two, Michelle will just be the ups and downs of their marriage. She might just become the ups and downs in their marriage. She might just become we have been through a lot in their marriage. Because, I'm not even going to lie to you guys. Like, I am not as matured as Mary Jane. She's definitely a better woman than me, because if I had kids with a man and I was married to this man and he did all this that Leeroy actually did to Mary Jane, which I'm going to go ahead and just remind you guys, because I feel like some of you guys actually forget what Leeroy actually did to his wife, like literally throwing her under the bus. So let me go ahead and just Google this so that I can read it for you guys. Okay, now obviously I'm gonna go ahead and just read it for you guys, and it reads as follows. It says, before everything else, I am a father whose sole aim is to protect and provide for my two beautiful children. I've consistently shielded them from this period of change in our lives. They are the only reason I sought to have a quiet separation from my estranged wife, and the respect that I have for both our families. With profound sadness, I find myself having to pen a public statement in defense of my personal life and those I love dearly. Remember. In March of this year, after many months of trying to make things work, I took steps towards a separation from my marriage and marital home while still maintaining access to my children. According to my understanding and that conveyed by my lawyers, this meant that my estranged wife and I were free to live our lives as we saw fit, free to move on in whatever manner we chose as single individuals. In this time, I met a woman that I fell in love with. It has been heartbreaking to see her name dragged daily on social media for loving me loudly and boldly. The constant harassment she receives, instigated by my estranged wife's associates, is unbearable and quite frankly not safe for anyone's mental well-being. Mihlalinda Mase, like us, all is human and has a right to follow her heart on who she loves. She is a self-sufficient woman who has astutely run her businesses or her business, which does not deserve this kind of hateful intrusion upon her life and work. I can no longer turn a blind eye to the effect the cyberbullying has had on her. The constant defaming of those who work in public space has to stop. In my view, cyberbullies are spineless and hateful people who hide behind a keyboard to strip others of their success and untruth quoted as facts. That is fact. Leeroy Sidambe. Now, mind you guys, like, we don't even need to speculate if Leeroy Sidambe came out here to defend Mihlali. He did. Like, he even mentioned her in this post. In the same light, throwing his wife under the bus, because he could have literally just said everything that he had to say and not even drag his wife's name in it, you know, like, or even my estranged wife or blah, 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 which was absolutely crazy for me to actually see. So the reason why I'm saying that, like, Mary Jane Sidambe is she's a better woman, Chibobo, is because I was never, ever gonna allow this nigga post me anywhere publicly. It was just never going to happen. We were gonna take pictures, sure, but I was gonna definitely have that protection order that prohibits him from posting me. Like, I was just never gonna be in your stories. I was just never gonna be in your Instagram. I was just never gonna be in your anything at all. Like, after the kind of humiliation that Leeroy put his wife under, you understand? So I do have to say that Mary Jane is a much stronger woman, and I'm sure I understand that she's doing this for her children. But for me, I just don't see the reason why he should be posting her. And if you look at it, it's not even the first. After he separated from Mihlali, after the whole the whole mess that went down, there was a life that he actually did, and he was with her and they were walking. So we don't know, are these two back together or not? We really honestly do not know. But one thing I can tell you is that they seem friendly. They seem like, there's nothing wrong. It does seem like that whole Mihlali phase was just maybe perhaps the ups and downs in that marriage. So we don't know. I'm not saying that they're back together. I'm just saying that, they look like a beautiful, happy family. Like, from what I saw, in the great hands of Cardi B, from what I saw, they look like, they could be a happy family. And I think this is the thing, again, that I'm going to go ahead and say. Mihlali, from the allegations, was not the first woman that Leeroy Sidambe actually dated or cheated with in his marriage, right? And the previous times, Mary Jane took him back. He did take her back. She did take him back. So what stops her from taking him back now if he wanted to? That's just maybe the question that I would actually have, what would actually stop her. And I think that is why it's so important that when you're a side chick, don't ever feel like you are holier than thou. Don't ever feel like you are better than the wife. Don't ever feel like, you are just, you offer something different from the wife. No, he's just a dog. Hinja, in my personal opinion. Of course, that's my opinion. Like, for me, that's like dog behavior. He just can't keep it in his pants, just can't be with one woman. It's not because of the wife, it's not because of anybody, it's not because you're special, it's not because of anything. It's just a matter of you met a Negro that can control himself, and you were also there available. And so that's basically really like just one of those stuff that actually do go down. But for me, I mean, this whole thing, I feel like I really honestly just wanted to talk about, because I was like, this is absolutely crazy. If I was Leeroy Sidambe, I was never gonna allow this man come with a phone or even like a picture. I don't give a damn. Like, I don't want anything with you. Sure, we can have pictures for our children that will be perhaps maybe framed and maybe put like our daughter wants to have both her mom and her dad. I'm not gonna take that away from my child. You can take this, Nana, and you can take this picture, you can go print it out and you can put it in a frame, you can put it in your room when you go to varsity. But I'm not gonna be in your Instagram stories, I'm not gonna be in your Instagram, I'm not gonna be in anything social media with you after you've humiliated me to this point. Now, mind you guys, I know that there'll be somebody that's like, I mean, that's such a long time ago, those things have passed. Literally, I just had one click, one search, it took me back to this statement. The internet never forgets. And that's why for me, I'm just like, you know what, private disrespect, I can maybe consider to talk through it. Public disrespect, it's done, shibubu. Like, we are not doing that. I'm just not doing that rubbish, okay? But anyway, what you guys think of this whole situation? And do you think maybe Michelle might just become the ups and downs we faced in our marriage? When it comes to Leeroy and Mary Jane Sidambe, okay? But anyway, from Owamie, it was all I love you guys. Stay blessed, and please do not forget, guys, to actually like, thumbs up, and share this video, okay? The algorithm is not my friend right now because I've taken such a long time away, but we are gonna work on that. So please also help me. Make sure that you're watching the full videos. Make sure that you're liking, you're commenting. Even if you just have to say Queen Ninja, Ninja signing in, I'll really highly appreciate that. But anyway, from my nature was what I love, guys. Stay blessed, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next upload. Bye, ninjas.